Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another episode. Today we'll be reviewing WWE Hell in a Cell, and if you read the title, it says Roman Reigns exposes the wrestling business, and I'm going to talk about that in depth because I have a lot to say. For those of you who are watching my videos for the first time, yes, I have always have a lot to say. So if you can't pay attention for more than 30 seconds, these videos aren't for you. Thank you. But if you want to learn, if you want an in-depth analysis, then you continue to watch my videos. I promise I'm not that boring. Uh, Hell in a Cell this past Sunday. It was supposedly a historical event. We had the first all-female Hell in a Cell match in history, which is very good. I liked it. They had two more Hell in a Cell matches. They had the Universal Champion Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, which is a pretty good match. We'll talk about that later. And the third match, the third Hell in a Cell match, featured U.S. heavyweight champion Roman Reigns versus Rusev. And, you know, I've ranted and raved about Roman Reigns, how I don't like him. I'm not the only one. And, there's people out there who say, oh, well, you're a hater. You're a hater. Well, no, I'm not a hater. And I'll explain why. First of all, I've defended Roman Reigns for years. Since he first started, I said he's very athletic. He had a good look. He was very good in the Shield. Of course, early on, 2013, he was already revealed he would be WWE's chosen one to replace John Cena as the face of WWE. He was going to be the new face, the new hero. Okay, fine. And of course, people already were dubbing him Cena 2.0. But I didn't judge quick. I didn't rush to judgment. I wanted to sit back and see what happened. That's the reason why I watch WWE these days, just to see what happens. I've been watching a long time. I've seen it all. I've talked about it all. But Roman Reigns, it was clear he was going to get pushed to the moon, and it was obvious. He beat everybody. He couldn't be beat. His offense always inflicted punishment on his opponent. When the opponent inflicts punishment on him, he can't. Within 10 to 15 seconds, he has to go back on offense. I mean, I don't know if it's him doing that or if it's the people backstage who are telling him to do this. And then you wonder why, year three into the Roman Reigns push, he gets booed. Not booed sometimes, not booed once in a while. We're not booed by smart cities. We're not booed by half the arena. This guy, he makes John Cena look like Hulk Hogan before his music even hits. Boos pour down from the arena. I've never seen that before. And this guy, he's pushed as the face. He's pushed as the good guy. Let's go back to Sunday, Hell in a Cell. Rusev gets into the cage. Some fans booing him because he's the heel, He hates America. And what happens? As soon as the fans, the live audience anticipates Roman's music coming on, they start booing and booing. And you could clearly hear WWE editing the sound, lowering the crowd sound, and heightening some cheers, which is very young kids and their mothers who find him attractive. Nothing wrong with that, but that's his fan base. So anyway, he just smiles and poses, pretends that nothing is wrong. I guess that's what they instruct us to. Just go out there, ignore the booze. So anyway, good match. Rusev, I've said he has been very good in there against Roman Reigns. He has showed his stuff. This guy can go. But any offense he gets on Roman, he can't keep him down for more than 10 seconds before Roman has to make his comeback. No psychology. You can't sympathize with Roman. That's why he gets booed. How could you sympathize with somebody who never gets hurt? And if he gets hurt, he sells for 5 seconds and then comes back on offense like nothing happened. Holding you back for 2 seconds after somebody put a move on you is not selling. Just go back, and the best sellers, or anybody, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan especially, whenever he used to get hurt, the opponent, they used to inflict damage, and Hulk Hogan would lay down in the ring, and his legs would shake. He'd have spit coming out of his mouth. You think, oh my God, Hulk Hogan's going to the hospital. King Kong Bundy broke his ribs. He's going to the hospital. You never see that with Roman Reigns. Never. He can't stay down for more than 5 seconds. He say, "Oh, well, you forget about when Triple H broke his nose." One time in 3 years. And it was Triple H, of course. Only Triple H is allowed to do that. Nobody else is allowed to even touch Roman Reigns. Listen, if you think I'm rambling, go back to CM Punk's shoot interview with Colt Cabana 2 years ago. They were setting up the match. It was a 3-on-1 handicap match between 3 Shield members versus CM Punk. And as they were setting up the match, every 5 minutes, somebody kept coming to the ring and telling CM Punk, make Roman look strong. Whatever you do, make him look strong. And finally, Punk got upset and said, hey, you know what? I got an idea how to make him look strong. How about you let him beat me? Oh, no. Vince doesn't want him to beat you. He wants you to win. But make him look strong. That is the problem. That all they care about is making Roman look strong. It's overkill at this point. That's his gimmick. One versus all. And you know what? He could beat everybody. They could get the entire Raw roster, 25 men, versus Roman Reigns in one match, and Roman will beat every one of them up. Every one of them. That's why his character is a failure. Well, one of the reasons why. And I'm going to go into why he exposed the business Sunday night. And he does it often. It's not only the lack of selling, which he does routinely, which if you don't have a trained eye, it's almost you really don't notice it because you become acclimated to that character. He can't sustain punishment for long. So as we get to near the finish of the match between Reigns and Rusev, Rusev puts him in the camel clutch for the first time. Now, of course, if you've been watching and you have any smarts about you, you know there's no way in hell Roman Reigns is going to give up in the camel clutch, the first camel clutch. Sure enough, it's about 20, 30 seconds. He finally gets out of it. He reaches to the ropes. I don't know. And another thing, he was reaching for the ropes. Did anybody tell this idiot that in Hell in a Cell there's no disqualification? He is an idiot, and you could tell when he talks on the microphone. He's dumb. He is your prototypical dumb jock. So he reaches for the ropes. The referee looks confused. He's like, what are you doing? So anyway, Rusev, thank God, he has some brains. He broke the hold before Roman even touched the ropes, and he sold it that Roman broke the hold. So within 20 seconds, Roman makes his comeback. Rusev sidekicks him. Rusev had already placed the steel steps from outside the ring into the ring. He gets Roman on top of the stairs, face down. There's a chain involved. They pulled it from under the ring. Rusev puts him in the camel clutch on top of the stairs. Not only that, he wraps the chain around his mouth and yields back. Holy cow. Now, if you're watching that, you're like, dude, there's no way he's going to survive that. Nobody could survive that. His teeth are going to get broken. He should give up. No, no, not Roman. No, Roman never give up. He's Cena 2.0. You can't, you can't, there's no way you could ever defeat Roman Reigns and make him give up. So this lasts for about 20, 30 seconds. And now if realistically, okay, listen, of course we know wrestling is scripted, but look at that. 30 seconds in a hold like that with a chain wrapped, a steel chain wrapped around your mouth, and somebody's yanking back, you would pass out from the pain. The referee in a real sport would call the match because he's unresponsive. But no, this is Roman Reigns. He looks strong. So what does this jerk do? He breaks out of the hold, makes his comeback, spears Rusev, covers him 1, 2, 3, and now if you go after the video, go back and watch the match on the network. He covers him. This is, mind you, not 20 seconds, 30 seconds have passed after he just escaped the second camel clutch with the chain wrapped around his mouth. What does this idiot do? He rolls off Rusev, looks to the crowd, smiles, and goes like this. He's not even trying. He's not even trying to sell the match. Not even trying to sell the pain. He smiled to the pretty mothers on ringside. I won again, bitch. Yeah. He gets up on his knees, smiles at the ref. The referee brings him the belt. Oh, walks out of the cage like nothing happened. Fresh as a daisy. Then you wonder why the ratings are declining. Anybody watching that, any adult watching that, anybody with a half a brain would say, "Oh my God, he almost got his back broken, his mouth, and he just walked out of there. He's not even holding his mouth, not even walking. He should have been carried out of that match by 2 referees. He should have been holding his mouth, spitting. But no, this is why he is trash. And if anybody of you out there disagree with me, fine. He is trash. Keep holding on to the hope, that hero hope, holding on to a hero. Fine. You can dislike, unlike this video, not watch this, unsubscribe. It's the truth, what I just described. And it's not a one-time thing. He's going to keep doing it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It exposes the wrestling business. In the old days, as soon as that guy would have went back to, as soon as Roman Reigns would have went back to the locker room, a veteran, and Andre the Giant, and Undertaker would have took Roman Reigns to the side and punched him in his face for exposing the business. Yeah, we know it's 2016. We know it's sports entertainment, but you don't expose the business, because otherwise, why even just say it's fake? At the end of the show, just have everybody, all the wrestlers come out and take a bow like a play. It's gotten to the point, even before Sunday, it got to the point I can't stand the sight of Roman Reigns. I can't hear his voice. I don't want to see him. I have not watched a match of his. I won't watch unless I have to. I watched Hell in a Cell because of the women's match, and I had to review his match. I only watched it to review his match and to stay up to date. I wanted to see what actually happened. But he's garbage, and so is the management for allowing him to do that and encouraging him to do that. That's why wrestling will not be around in 10 years. The ratings are declining, and it's an excuse every week. Last week it was the World Series. Next week it'll be the elections. The week after that it'll be Thanksgiving. There's always an excuse. But meanwhile, the ratings keep dwindling down. Unbelievable. But the rest of the show was somewhat decent. The other Hell in a Cell match with Owens and Rollins, they delivered a pretty good match. It was a great spot with the when Rollins power bombed Owens on the double table outside the ring. It was a great match, but you know what? Here we go. Bit more bad booking. Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens' best friend, had to come in to the cage. He locked the cage, and for the last 5 to 7 minutes, the match, in essence, was a handicap match. And we say, what's wrong with that? That's Kevin Owens is the heel, he's the bad guy. Jericho's well, you know what? They do that. Doing that, it shows that Kevin Owens can't beat Seth Rollins one on one. And you hear it the next night where Mick Foley gets in Kevin Owens' face and says, "You have the talent to win, but you choose not to. You're taking shortcuts." So what is that? Poor booking. Poor booking. Kevin Owens looks like a dummy. Like he can't beat anybody. He needs Chris Jericho's help. But overall, that was a decent match up until the end. And then the women's match between Sasha Banks and Charlotte, I liked it. They had the pressure of the world on them. They delivered. I know there's the ending. The ending was criticized online. Something was off. Charlotte threw Sasha on the table inside the ring twice. I don't know if the table was supposed to break, but after the second time, she did a finishing move and just pinned Sasha abruptly. So I don't know, but you know what? It was 30 seconds of the finish. I know the finish is very important, but you know what? Just I'll give them a pass on this. These two, they did something that was never done in history in a male-dominated business. These two great female athletes went into the Hell in a Cell structure and delivered an above-average match. And not only that, they main evented a pay-per-view. So kudos to them. And Charlotte, I've been impressed with her lately for the last couple months. She has really, really found herself on the mic. And in the ring too. I mean, but on the mic, she is really coming into her own. And Sasha, she's right. She could be right there, but she needs to keep herself relevant. When she doesn't have the title around her waist, she needs to work extra hard and keep herself relevant. And now with that, the next pay-per-view, Survivor Series, we're seeing the big hype with Goldberg versus Brock. Listen, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know how good it's going to be. I mean, Goldberg's 50 years old. He hasn't been in a ring. He hasn't been a regular performer in a ring for 12 years. It's going to close out the Survivor Series. I expect a very short match, about a 10, 11-minute match. There's going to be some crazy finish, but there's no way in hell I expect Brock Lesnar not to win. It would neutralize all the work that WWE has done in the last 3 years of building Brock Lesnar up as the unbeatable beast. I mean, Goldberg, I know he came back. He wanted to come back for one more match so his son could see him wrestle live. And this is all part of the promotion for the game, the video game, the 2K17 game. But Survivor Series should be a pretty good pay-per-view. You know, the theme of Survivor Series is going to be Raw versus SmackDown. The best five from Raw versus the best five from SmackDown. The best five tag teams versus the best five tag teams. And also the best five females from Raw versus the best five females from SmackDown. It should be good. I think Dolph Ziggler, he made an open challenge to the Raw roster. He will defend his IC title against a member of Raw. That I don't believe the belt is going to the Intercontinental belt is going to go to Raw. I don't see that happening. I expect Dolph Ziggler to successfully defend his title, but it'll be good, and it'll be interesting to see how they build towards the Survivor Series in the next coming weeks. We'll see. But again, what Roman Reigns did Sunday, And what he has done and what he will continue to do is a disgrace and is unacceptable to the business. It's just terrible. And that is in a nutshell why he keeps getting booed, because he doesn't connect with the crowd. He doesn't know how to draw sympathy, and he never will. The only thing I hope is it's not his doing. I could give him a pass if he's being told to do that from the back. So with that, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'll be making more videos, and like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.